Good morning. Welcome back. It is Monday. I already can't remember the date. September 21st. Here we go. Let's see if I can actually remember to vlog this whole week. It is our first full week of school. We had 2 days last week. So this week we're going to work on trying to build into our actual routine. Again, kids haven't seen each other in 6 months. They haven't been in school for 6 months. So we still will be taking a lot of breaks, but I want to ease more into that actual routine and do some of our reading mini lessons and get some writing and math in, other than just kind of, the basic back to school, get to know you stuff and STEM stuff. First full week means I'm gonna be tired, so let's grab some coffee and get going. Solid start to me trying to actually remember to vlog the whole week. I left my camera at home, so we're gonna use my phone. I feel like it looks like I'm always looking off to the side, so cheers to that. Happy Monday. All right, the third day of school is officially done. It's the first day of our first full week of school. It was another awesome day. The kids were a little bit more chatty today than they had been last week, but nothing concerning, just a little chatty. So we start school at 8:15, and then at 8:45 we leave for specials. And today was our first day of having STEAM. We only have it on Mondays. The rest of the day the rest of the days we'll have music and gym, and we do have both music and Phy Ed every day. So I'm wondering if some of the chattiness too came from them having STEAM today and not getting to run around and play right away in the morning like they had the other 2 days. Or maybe they're just getting more comfortable and making friends, who knows. But anyway, so we had STEAM today. Before STEAM, all we really did was chose our spots for the week, and then we did lunch count and our morning meeting. Then we took off for STEAM, and when we came back, I'll kind of show you what we did the rest of the morning and, well, I guess the rest of the day. So when they came back, we read Jabari Jumps. I love this book. Again, I talked about theme and how we're going to add them up to this board every single day. Clearly, I'm already behind and have not printed off book covers, but this is a really good one, theme for trying new things, not being afraid to try new things. So if you've never read this book, definitely recommend. And then for our reading mini lesson today, we use Fountas and Pinnell. So this was one of the reading mini lessons from the book, but we talked about ways to think and talk about books. So these are the ideas they came up of. We just went off of what are some things we've thought about and talked about as we've read picture books over the last 3 days. So we talked about how Jabari was nervous today. So then and how he's excited. So we put that down as how the characters are feeling. We made connections to ourselves. Some kids are like, oh, I was so scared the first time I went off the diving board too. We look at and think about the illustrations, what the characters look like, could the events really happen, and the lesson you could learn from a story. So that's kind of what we had so far. So a good starting point for us to kind of lead or have discussions about books as the year goes on. After we did that mini lesson, they went and read their own independent reading books, and then they were supposed to think about those things as they read. So when we came back, some people shared about the characters, some people shared whether their story could happen or not, some made connections to themselves. So we're just getting in the habit of talking and thinking about books because we'll be doing that a lot this year. What we did is I bought a bunch of these like Hydro Flask stickers off of Amazon, and I had them spread out on the table. This is what's left, but we use them to decorate our reading and writer's notebooks. That way they kind of feel a bit more personalized and take ownership. So I'll kind of creep on some kids and find what theirs look like. So here's one of theirs, their reading notebook, their writing notebook. Here's another one. So just a way for them to personalize them a little bit. And yeah, some more of them. So we just kind of took turns, them coming up and picking some stickers to put on. So I feel like that kind of turned out, I don't know, I thought it was kind of cool. I had never done that before, but hopefully they kind of take pride in theirs a little bit more now. After we finished decorating our notebooks, then we took a mask break outside. We have a city park right by us, so we went there and they found some open spaces, ran around, did some cartwheels and whatnot, just kind of get some fresh air, got our masks off. It was super nice here in Minnesota today. Normally, I mean, fall can be chilly, but I think it was close to 80 degrees. So it was a nice day out there. And then when we got back, we had our snack, and then we had to take our STAR reading test, which is through like Renaissance Place. Our district uses it. We take it like 5 times a year just to kind of track and monitor student progress. So we did our reading one today. And then after we finished that, I know some kids still didn't quite recognize everyone and know everyone's names. And we have some new kids to our building in here. And so I put all their faces into a slideshow and just kind of clicked through and we just practiced names. And then it was time for lunch. After lunch, we did our first number talk. So I did make these. If you're interested, I have them on TBT. But anyways, number talks are just a way for kids to practice mental math, and then they think about how they solve it. So they solve it mentally, and then you talk through how you actually solved it. So we start really easy, and there's not really a right or wrong way to do it. Kids just explain the different ways they solved it. But as you can tell here, like, it's kind of set up where you can make a 10 to see if kids have that skill or if that's how they think through it. So we started first with 8 plus 2, again, pretty simple, but getting them to think about their thinking instead of saying, I just knew it. Like, okay, did you know it because you made a 10? Did you count up from 8 and go 9, 10? What did you do exactly? And then down here again, a lot of kids said, oh, I combined 8 and 2 to make 10. 10 plus 4 is 14. So getting them to think about their thinking. And then we did these ones as well for today. And then tomorrow there'll be some word problems. So that's how we'll kick off math after recess every day. So we did that for the first time. After the number talks, we did our first official math lesson of the year. We're just starting with place value and going back. And again, they haven't been at school for 6 months. So we started today with identifying place value location, just like, okay, what place value spot is the 7 in, and knowing up to the 100,000. So ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s. 100,000s, we practiced that, and then we practiced reading numbers up to 6 digits. So overall, they did really well. I still need to go through and look at their exit tickets, but no, they pretty good at, really good at identifying place value spot for the most part. Reading numbers was a little tricky, especially when we got to 6-digit numbers, but we'll keep practicing that as probably tomorrow and the next day, and just to get them back in the swing of things. Let's see. After we did math, then this afternoon we ended it with a mystery science. We start, our first science unit is Earth and Space. And this is technically a 5th grade unit on mystery science, but I did the 5th grade. It talks about why the Earth's rises and sets, and talks about how the Earth is actually spinning and the sun still. The kids turn themselves into the world, and they practice rotating, and then just kind of practice seeing the visual of why the sun rises and sets. So that was a good one to end the day because it gets them up and moving. I don't know, I love those. Mystery Science is awesome. We used to have a paid membership, but we didn't do it this year, but it still let me do the lessons. It just said I can't do any of the extension activities, which was fine because since it's a 5th grade one, this took us like 50 minutes anyways, probably. So that's how we ended the day. I then read 2 chapters from I Survived the Attacks of September 11th. And then we got picked up and called it a day. So again, this week I'm trying to ease into our actual schedule, and I'm gonna keep that morning time to go outside just because they do still need that math break and the time to just get to, be with their friends. I told them their areas that we're really gonna focus on is getting up to the carpet when we do lessons, and they're spread out up there. So they're not on top of each other. But anyways, so getting up there quietly, because again, they just dilly-dally so quickly and quietly, that's an area that we can improve on. And then just blurting, like when I did my read aloud today for Jabari jumps, I felt like they just talked in between every page. So we talked about that afterwards as well. So I feel like tomorrow they'll do better with that. Fingers crossed. So that's it for Monday. Hopefully I remember my camera tomorrow so I don't have to do this on my phone. See you in the morning. Happy Tuesday. It is September 22nd. I remembered my camera. I feel like it's way easier to know where I'm looking. So it's a good day already. I'm going to attempt not stopping for coffee until Friday. So we'll see how that goes. I got this little command shelf I'm gonna put above my sink today just so I can leave some coffee cups here and have some iced coffee in my fridge. So I'm gonna stick that up this morning, and otherwise it's supposed to be this whole week's supposed to be really nice. So I think today we might try to walk down to the beach to do our read to self down there, see how our reading stamina is going, if we can stay on task down there. I think we'll try that. And then today's our indoor recess day, so then we get extra outside day. So let's see how this goes. is the end of Tuesday. Had to think what day it is, but I'm taking this off. All right, really enjoyed this. I know, like I said, they're thinner, the neck gaiters, but it was just, I liked not having anything on my ears today. It did definitely slide down a little bit more, especially when I was doing read aloud, like off my nose, but I should pull it up. But it was just a nice, I feel like an every other day thing, just so I don't always have to have a mask on my ears. And like I said, that strap that my student gave me helps a ton, but I don't know. I just need to change it up. I can't have the same thing every single day. But again, we're just trying to slide into our schedule, so a little bit of a check-in with that. Much better day overall. Yesterday, like I said, yesterday wasn't bad. They were just blurty. I think they actually had gym today, so I think that just helps them get some of their initial energy out when we had that right away in the morning. So they came in, we had a morning meeting. I have slides that I use. We just go through and we do a greeting, we do a share, we do a game. I've had to adjust all this so it's not like them coming in contact with each other. So today was like an air fist bump for our greeting, and then our game was, we call it statues and guards. So you just try to catch people moving. And then we always set a class goal. So our goal this week is choosing smart spots like at the carpet and quickly transitioning. So we did that, went to music and gym, came back, and we did our first word study lesson. Again, we have Fontes Pinnell, so we just have like, this is like our reading mini lesson book, and I have another big book like this for word studies. We did our first word study lessons. It was just on consonant blends at the beginning of words, identifying them, and then coming up with our own words that have those blends. So I'll kind of show you what we did there, but it just, again, they're getting back in the swing of school, but it took longer than I thought that it would. So after we finished that, we ended up going outside for a mask break, and then it was super nice here again today, like I said, so we brought our books with us, and after we played outside, we walked down to the beach and we read on the beach. I'll put a picture here, but it was like perfect out. It was awesome. So we did our reading stamina down there, and that really tested us because there was cars going by, there was boats, there was people walking, so they overall did a really good job. Obviously got a little bit distracted from time to time, but I'd say almost all of them were reading the entire time. So that was good to see. And then when we came back in, I read today Salt in the Shoes, the book about Michael Jordan. We did some math for place value again. Today we practiced going from word form into standard form, which they did really well with. And it was our indoor recess day. So afterwards we got to come in, or after our indoor recess day, we went outside. And then when we came back in, we went on Prodigy for the first time, which the kids love that. It's a math website if you've never checked it out. It's not, they love it because it's more like game mode, but they do have to do math in order to like advance levels and whatever. So it's not something where they're practicing the whole time, but it keeps them engaged and they like it. So it's a good one to do every once in a while. I will say when I came back from indoor recess, they had to get talked to because they were too loud, I guess, from the teacher across the hall. I don't watch them during that. They have, our paras do. So we had to have a little talk before we went outside just to kind of nip that and go over expectations again and let it be known what happens if we don't follow them. So that was fun. But here, I'll kind of show you what we did with word study, and that's kind of about it, I guess. So first of all, I did get my document camera over here, so this is up in the corner. And then this cart, I just slid it out so I could stand here and see them all at the carpet. But today, I just had these words, the first 6, and they had to see what did they have in common. They came up with things like they almost all have an E, or they all have an A and an E, or an E, and all have a vowel. Then we talked about how it was the beginning, the consonants each have their own sound, they're not blended together. Then we came up with some more examples. After we did that together, then they were given this, and they had to come up with 20 words. So they got this sheet, which was their endings, and you're supposed to cut all these apart, but that just takes too long. So they cut their beginning ones into strips, and then kind of could just slide them down and try to find words. And they only had to come up with 20, so I'm kind of surprised it took them that long. They did well, it just took them longer than I thought. Some got done, but like here with like SPR, they could just slide it down. Like, so spark's a word, yep. Is Spreme a word? No. Sprain, yep. So they just had to find 20 of those. Yeah, this is our word study book. First time having it last year, but I really do like it. I think it does a good job of, because third graders still do need that phonics, especially to help them with the spelling. It'll have the vocabulary mix in there, so this has been a good resource. We added to our reading stamina. So yesterday we dropped down to 2 minutes and 36 seconds, but we also didn't have a lot of time to practice. And today we got 9 minutes and 12 seconds. That was at the beach, like I said. Was I strict? Because did everyone technically read that long? No, probably not. But I was pretty impressed that they weren't distracted by the boats going by and the cars. So I gave it to them. I was That was a little bit of a pushover, but hey, that's all right. And then over here with our theme boards, I finally put up the 3 picture books we've read so far. So all our welcome here was the theme of acceptance. We had Salt in His Shoes today, which was overcoming challenges. And then Jabari Jumps was don't be afraid to try new things. And then tomorrow I'm gonna read The Bad Seed. The next day I'll read The Good Egg. And then the last one on Friday I will read Thank You, Mr. Falker. So that will end out our week for read alouds. The last thing is, I got this from a student, Henry. I know you're watching, the kid I watched. There it is. I got this from Henry a few years ago. So I use it as like our, kind of like our class incentive for like a class party. So there's pencils that hang on here, and we're gonna keep a tally, so for good things, so quick transitions, or I mean, whenever I decide I want to, I'll give them a tally. Every 10 tallies will equal a pencil, so 60 tallies will earn them their first class party. And as far as for like class parties, I usually let them kind of vote, but it's usually something pretty low key, like extra like outdoor party, like they'll have like extra recess. Sometimes it's a movie. Usually I'll let them have one tech party a year, like where they can bring a device, because obviously I don't want them sitting on a device, but I do let them do that one time. But usually they'll earn one like every other month, I'd say. So it's not like we have a ton of them. I'd say we probably have like 3 or 4 throughout the year. It'll be different this year because sometimes when it's with movies, it'll be like movie and popcorn, but with COVID, we obviously can't do that this year. So we'll see what they come up with, but they have to earn it first, and just a way to get them to be motivated to, you know, do quick transitions and not blood at the carpet and work together as a class. So that's it for Tuesday. We're almost to the halfway point. So first full week, getting tired, but it's all right. So see you in the morning. So far, 2 days, and I haven't forgot to do this. So here we go. I'm a vlogger now. Good morning. It's Wednesday, whatever the date is. Let's see. It's supposed to be another really hot day in Minnesota, especially for it being towards the end of September. It's supposed to be like a high of like 80 again. So there's that. But at least our rooms have been staying cool, so that part's nice. We have PLC today during our prep, so that'll be right away in the morning. Otherwise, we're gonna just keep rolling with our daily routine and keep easing our way into it. So have a good day. I guess you're watching this after I'm having this. So whatever day it is for you, have a good day. And I'll let you know how things go after school today. Hey, afternoon check-in. Another good day. So what, 5 days in, and good start to the year for being as weird as it is. We had our PLC this morning right away when kids went to music and gym. So we just kind of today met, and we were supposed to discuss how can we include kids who end up having to be quarantined or not, or like staying home, like if their siblings sick or if they're waiting for test results, because kids can be going pretty frequently, going like from anywhere from 3 to 10 days from missing school. So if they're feeling okay, how can we include them? And it was kind of ironic because I have a student who I just got a message from his mom saying the same thing, that he's home because his sibling's sick, and he wants to be there. So was there anything we could do? So we just kind of came up with like talking about parts of our day that we could for sure live stream them in, just to like Google Meet, and then we could post this work that we're doing in class through Seesaw. So tomorrow is going to be my first day of trying this. I kind of mapped out the times that I thought would be good. I think the hardest part for me is going to be like, I need to stick to that time because I sent those to his mom already, and so now it's like if we get pushed behind, I don't know. She'll be understanding. Like, she was super awesome. She's like, he can be the guinea pig, try it out, see how it goes. She's like, but he really just wants to be there. So I'm excited that he'll be able to be with us, and I'll let you know how that goes tomorrow, because yeah, I sent pretty much all of our mini lesson times and then incorporated for him to do the work and then to join back again for our next lesson. And so I'll push out through some stuff through Seesaw. If he does anything paper and pencil, he can just upload a picture, bring it back when he comes back. So that was interesting. But otherwise, today for our reading mini lesson, we talked about stopping and marking places in your book with sticky notes. So I'll kind of show you that. And for writing, we listened to the book on YouTube. It's called like Wilfred something. But I'll have to look it up. Wilfred Partridge something. Anyways, it's a book about this kid who helps. There's this lady at a nursing home by his house, and they talk about how she lost her parents say that she lost her memory. So he kind of thinks she can find it. So he goes around asking everyone what a memory is, and people will say anything from like it's something warm to something precious to something that makes you laugh to makes you cry. So they kind of goes through that. And then after the book, I have the kids label those 5 categories that they say a memory is on a piece of paper. And then they go through and like, all right, think of memories that you have that are warm, that are precious as gold, that make you cry, that make you laugh, and that happened long ago. And they do that, and then that just kind of gives them a place. They don't know this at the time, but just to go back when we're doing our writing in the future, like if like I don't know what to write about, well, they can look back here and see, they can be like, oh, here's some things that you said were important to you that were precious as gold, or here were some memories you had that made you laugh or cry, and just gives them a starting point. So we did that for writing today. For math, we worked on expanded form, and they did really well with that. We'll do that again tomorrow. We just did 3 and 4 digit numbers today, and we'll go to 6 digit numbers tomorrow. And then we'll probably do a review game on Friday. And then this afternoon, they had outdoor recess, which was great. And then when they came in, we got into Moby Max. I like to use that one for fact fluency. And then they did a little bit of Prodigy. I finished our I Survived September 11th book. And then we did a mystery science about shadows and about talking about how you can tell what season it is based off of the time and the length of shadows, and about how the sun moves across the sky and good stuff there. So, all right, let me show you some stuff. All right, this was the anchor chart we came up with for when you read marked places that you want to talk about. Hey Mark, I don't think you watched these, but if you did, I accidentally thought we were talking about you because I capitalized that. Anyways, these are some reasons that they came up with. So you have a question, something that's funny, something exciting or interesting, a word you don't know, or maybe a cool word, a cliffhanger, and then when you have a connection to yourself, when you learn something new, or an interesting picture. And then we kind of came up with some symbols that we could use to mark the sticky notes, and I'll kind of show you some of those in their books. So I did give them each a set of sticky notes that their names on, so they can use these only for reading purposes throughout the year. So we talked about how you mark it so it sticks out, and then the symbol should stick out here. And obviously we talked about how you don't mark every single page. That would defeat the purpose. So like that one was like a question. And let's see if anybody else. Oh, bad seed. So something was funny there. The heart was an illustration, so just marking pages, and then we have time to share afterwards. So then this is getting them to think about the books, and then these are the pages they want to share afterwards. And then I just made these bookmarks for them. That way they always remember like what are the symbols we're using. So these I'll give to them tomorrow to use as bookmarks. That way they can just, kind of annotate and mark up their books and their sticky notes using these symbols. This was my example for writing. For after reading, I'll find the link to that book and I'll put it in the description, but people say that the memories are warm, some say things that happened long ago, some say things that make you cry, laugh, and important. So then I just came up with some memories for mind to model it for them. So that's kind of what that looked like, and that's in their writing notebook, so they can always refer back to it. Yeah, that's kind of it for today. Tomorrow, like I said, it's gonna be interesting because we are gonna try to live stream. Someone's going through the window, they're gonna walk by, and I just still, that's weird because I'm right by the sidewalk in the parking lot my room is. Anyways, I'm gonna go hide in the corner. See, here they are. I don't want them to see me. Yeah, I'll let you know how that all goes. I'm gonna try to prep and get some stuff put digitally onto Seesaw for him so he can access that. I told his mom, like, it's gonna be different. We're trying it out. Like, I don't expect him to live tune into every single thing. Like, if it ends up being too much or sitting, I don't know. I just wouldn't want to sit and stare at a computer screen all day. And he won't be all day. I have him down for like 15-minute chunks, like 4 times. I had him for like our word work lesson, for our read aloud, for our math lesson, and for our writing lesson. 4 times. Then at that afternoon, our science might be tough to do virtually, but we'll find out. So anyways, that was a lot of blabbering. So see y'all in the morning. Sorry that this is 7 hours long this week. Bye.
Good morning, happy Thursday. I am here a little earlier than normal. I just wanna try to get in and get all the work for my student who's gonna join us virtually today uploaded to Seesaw so he can see that, and make sure I'm gonna put my laptop in a cart to make sure the Google Meet link works and all that stuff. So I'll let you know how this goes. I'm kind of excited. I just feel like it'll be good. It's only our, 6 days school, and he already messaged me on Seesaw and was like, I don't know, seems excited to be joining us since he can't be here. But yeah, so I'll keep you posted after school on how this first day of having a student join in via Google Meets works.
Hello. Thursday, almost on the first week. Like I said this morning, I was gonna have my first student kind of joining via Google Meet. Ended up not working on his device at home, so his mom did come get a Chromebook, and like I said, she kind of is the one who initiated this and asked if he could do this, so she was really cool with us just testing everything out. So it didn't work in the morning, and then by the time she got it, it was the afternoon, and we got him logged on at about 3 o'clock just so we could make sure it worked, and then he got to say hi to everybody, and they were all happy to see him, and I think he was glad to see all of his classmates, and he's gonna join us tomorrow now, so that'll be good. It worked well. We have a cart for him. We put a name tag on there for him, so when we were kind of seeing if he would join, anytime I take my computer off, my kids were always joking that I was like taking his head and whatnot, but I think it'll be good tomorrow. I think it'll work well having him in there, and in my mind, the way that I'm thinking it through, it should be good. So I'll actually let you know tomorrow since we'll have actually done it. Today we did another word work activity. So next week I'm gonna try to not go outside in the morning for that mass break, so then we can do a word work and a reading lesson each day. But for today we've been alternating. So today again was just kind of consonant blends, and like they had to match the ending today. So like if it was swift, they had to come up with a new word that had that FT ending, and they did well with that. They did a really good job working independently on that and like quietly and being focused. So that was awesome. For writing today, we talked about why we write, all the different reasons. They came up with awesome ideas like communication, to teach people, to entertain, reminders, all sorts of things. So that was great. And then we kind of talked about like our writing environment, how it's usually calm, quiet, you're comfortable, you're not getting distracted. And then we practiced building up our writing stamina. So we tried to write for about 10 minutes, and a lot of kids were able to, but I just didn't give them any guidance on what to write about today. I just said you can make up a story, write a letter to somebody. We just want to practice writing. So they did well with that, and then we took time afterwards to share, and I was pretty proud that a lot of kids wanted to share their work, so that was awesome to see. And then today we practiced expanded form with 6-digit numbers for math, and this afternoon was our outdoor day, so we stayed outside. It was a little cooler today, hence the long sleeves, but it was like, I don't know, probably like 60, so it wasn't overly hot, which was really nice. And then we are slowly getting into our Chromebooks. I just probably have mentioned, I want them to have that down in case we have to go hybrid or distance learning. So I made these, and I'm gonna show them these tips tomorrow. So these are the posters and kind of like the keyboard shortcuts I want to introduce to them tomorrow. Probably not all of them, but we'll probably start with copy and paste, making sure you can zoom in and zoom out, because I feel like kids always accidentally zoom in their screen and don't know how to undo it. I know there's like a reset one too, but this will be fine to start with. I probably don't need to do screenshot yet, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But these will be the start of our Chromebook keyboard shortcut posters, and we'll add some more if we need to as the year goes on. You see me hesitate there and that person went by. Oh, I'm so weird. All right, anyways, overall, it was a really good day. They've been working hard. They've been easing back into the swing of school. I think next week we'll be even more into our routine, which will be awesome. And it was kind of weird, like we talked this morning, how we've only known each other for 6 days. Like we've only been in school for 6 days, which is crazy. It seems like it's been like a month, but at the same time, it feels like it's been 6 days. So I don't know, I'm excited for tomorrow because it'll be good to have the weekend to recoup. I'm gonna try to maybe come up with a math game to review for tomorrow, so I'll keep you posted there. But other than that, peace out. See you in the morning. Thanks for following along because I don't really know what I'm doing still, but we're doing it. All right, bye.
And happy Friday. We made it the first full week. I feel like this is the earliest I've ever been to school. It's like 7:15. My dad and my uncle came up last night. They're up here for the weekend. And my uncle was snoring really loud. So, Reno, if you're not watching this, but thanks for waking me up. So I got up at my first alarm, which never happens. I usually snooze like 75 times. But anyways, today I got this big inflatable dartboard game type thing from a company through Instagram that we're going to play a review game with it today. So hopefully that's fun and goes as planned. We used to do like perk parties for PBIS, like school-wide celebrations, but we obviously can't this year. So we have our first virtual one this morning, so that should be interesting as well. We'll have my first experience teaching with a student not here, so tuning in through Google Meet, so we'll check in on that. And since I finally have windows in my classroom, I've got this from a student like 2 years ago, and it's been at my house. So I'm gonna bring these cacti in. We'll see how long it takes a kid to touch one of them. All right, anyways, here we go. Let's do this. Okay, my coworker gave me this one because I said I wanted to try to have plants in my room like a responsible adult. In the comments, comment how long you think it'll take for me to kill it. This guy I've had for 2 years, so I feel like I'm pretty confident with that one. And I don't have a good spot on the sledge for them. I did have this one right over there, just until right now. I feel like are there like suction cup shelves I could put up there, or like command ones? I don't know. This is that little command one that I put above my sink. Like, it's not big at all, but it holds like my coffee mugs. And I feel like it's pretty sturdy, so maybe just something like that. So basically I'm saying if you're like a plant shelf expert, let me know. Also, when I said dartboard, I don't mean like actual darts. I should clarify when I talk about things. It's like Velcro balls that you throw. So don't think we're gonna be stabbing each other. That casually fits in there, huh? Okay. See you this afternoon. Well, hello there. First week done, full week done. I'm gonna keep this short and sweet because I'm tired and I want to go home. So, honestly, great day, lots of fun. We had our kid on the cart. I'm calling him that because we had my laptop up on that cart. We wheeled him around. The kids loved it. I think he enjoyed it. He just stayed on the Google Meet all day, and then we would kind of hop back on whenever we're gonna do a lesson, and he would hear us and come join us. I didn't expect him to do that, but that's what he wanted to do, so perfect. He'll be back Monday though, which is great, and he's excited to be back. But it was a good experience just to test that out. I have another student who's gonna be having surgery next week, so I sent his Chromebook with, and then like I told his mom to like, don't feel like he needs to, but she's like, oh no, if he's feeling up to it afterwards while he's recovering, like even if he just wants to pop on to say hi and whatnot. So we have that experience. The kids loved it. They thought it was so funny having the name. I put a name tag underneath the cart with them. So yeah, we're gonna keep going with it. We did that review game for math with the giant dartboard. I'll put in some pictures and a video here. So we were reviewing what we did for math for place value this week. So every 5 problems we would stop, and then for every problem their group got right, that's how many throws they got to have, and then we just added up the score. It was very, very impromptu. I didn't like plan it out super ahead of time, but I think it went well. They had fun. And a good way to keep them a little motivated on a Friday and got them up and moving. And we just, sanitized after because COVID. So other than that though, this afternoon, I can't even think. Oh, we normally do like all 3rd grade. We call it
Laker time, aka Friday fun. If you did all your homework and if you didn't have any behavior issues, then we would always choose a room. Like if I was the Just Dance room, maybe my neighbor, Mr. Whiting, was like a movie, and then Mrs. Sunram was outside, and Mrs. Wood would be a board game room, and then one teacher always had the kids who needed to finish work, or if they, you know, had been talked to about maybe like blurting or this or that, and like they didn't stop doing whatever it was, they would go into that room and kind of miss out on that time. But we can't obviously switch rooms this year, so I did it within my own room. I just let them choose activities, and I had a few who were kind of on the fence, and I gave it to them this week just to kind of hopefully they'll be like, obviously we have to stay in a room, so I'll be like, if this happens next week, you'll have to just sit and watch your friends have this free time and kind of reflect on why you didn't get it. So we did that at the end of the day, so I'm hoping next week some of the ones, you know what, like it wasn't anything major that they were doing, but just little things that needs to stop, like big ones like blurting, like just middle of a read aloud, just constantly. So yes, that was pretty much our day. It was a good week. Sorry this is so long and it's just me talking, but yeah, that's all I got. So thanks for tuning in and have a great weekend. But your weekend's probably over, so have a great week, and then have a great weekend next weekend. And I'm gonna stop talking now. All right, bye.